everybody, it's Lady Mal. Yeah, I've slacked off. It happens. Kind of took a break again. I really got nothing. Anyway, I have a few topics that have been emailed to me and asked of me, so I even have my handy dandy notes. So I'm going to start with tourists. This was a term that I had never heard before. But a tourist, like you go to another town, there are tourists in the scene. And it kind of ticks me off because this is supposed to be a group of like-minded individuals that are here for whatever reason, to fulfill their own kinks, to explore new kinks, to figure out themselves, whatever, and that's cool. What I don't like, that I have noticed, is a lot of men and women use this scene for one of two things. They're either looking for a bed buddy to keep it slightly clean, or they're looking for a spouse, husband, wife, whatever. And if that's how your relationship ends up, that's awesome. Rock on. If you find that special someone, fantastic. But you shouldn't come into the scene with that expectation. You can't say, oh, well, I'm a submissive and I will do whatever you want except for this, and this, which all of this constitutes everything that's in the scene. Just because you like to have, your fanny spanked during sex, or you like to have your hair pulled once in a while, that doesn't mean that you are into pain completely, or that you're really, really kinky. That just means, okay, so you like to spice it up a little bit. That's cool. And if you're honest about that when you come into the scene and say, look, I'm not really all that kinky, I'm not really into all of this leather or latex or paint or wax or whatever, that's fine. But it's the ones that say, oh yeah, I like paint, I'll do whatever you want me to. And then it comes down to brass tacks and you're like, oh no, that's not what I want. This is what I want. I want you to fit into this mold, and this is what you're going to be for me. And, it doesn't matter if I meet all of your needs. As long as I meet the important ones, the little things won't matter. Well, that's the problem I've run into. People have wanted me to fit into a mold, and I don't fit. I'm sorry. If I'm going into a relationship, whether it's BDSM, vanilla, whatever, I have needs that have to be met. Yes, the dominance needs are important as well, but this is a two-way street. At least for me it is, and a healthy relationship it is. Now, if you want to be treated like property, which, by the way, I hate that word. I don't like being called property. I have a mind, and I have a heart, and I have a mouth, and I use them all. I am more than the sum of my parts. If you want me to be eye candy, rock on. I can play that part. You want me to be seen and not heard? In public, awesome. But if we're in private, or I'm in my own home, and we're not in the scene, because obviously I can't do the scene 24/7 because I have a family and a child, I'm going to be myself. I can still be respectful. I can still follow rules. But I'm going to speak my mind. Even in scene, if something happens that I don't like, I'm not above going, hey, no, hold on, we got to talk. This isn't cool. They're called hard limits for a reason. Yes, hard limits should be pushed, but they should not be broken if the submissive isn't ready for it or doesn't want it. And these tourists just show up and they're like, oh, you look nice, you look yummy, I want you, you're awesome, but we're not going to really play all this kinky stuff. I'm going to tell you what I want and you're going to conform. Hate that. I also don't appreciate it when people tell me that I'm disrespectful because I dare to speak my mind. Screw that. You want a doormat? There are plenty of doormats out there. This chickie isn't one of them. I have more self-respect for myself than that. And I think all of the submissives watching this, you should take that attitude as well, because you are important. You are needed. Because without us, what are the dominants going to do? Sit around and twiddle their thumbs? And to be honest, the true, honest to God dominants, be they male or female, want a thinking individual, not someone who answers every question you ask them with whatever you want, whatever you want. No. If someone asks you a question, they want an answer. That's why they asked you the question in the first place. And I'm ranting, and I know, and I'm sorry. So I'm going to move on to the next topic, which is kind of a you walk on eggshells sort of topic, whether it's in vanilla or kinky realms. It's religion. Okay. I don't care what kind of faith you have. I don't care if you worship Buddha, Muhammad, God, Allah, Yahweh, whatever you want to call it. If you're pagan, if you're Christian, if you're Catholic, if you're Jewish, I don't care. But, there's always a but. You need to keep, unless someone asks for it, you need to keep your religious views to yourself. Because shoving them down someone's throat, whether it's a pagan shoving it down a Christian's throat, or Christians shoving it down a pagan's throat, or whatever, nobody wants that. And if my views differ from your views, that's cool, because we're all different. But if we're having a friendly conversation about it, and you start to get offended by what I'm saying, then stop talking to me. It's pretty easy, and that's the way it is with everybody, because, yeah, Bob may be hardcore Catholic, and Judy may be Presbyterian, which is what I am, and they may be having a conversation, and Sally decides to interject her views into the conversation. Well, if you weren't asked to be in the conversation, you're going to get people mad at you anyway, but taking your beliefs and just bashing people in the heads with them is not going to work, especially not in this scene, because, let's face it, a lot of people in the scene can be kind of melodramatic and overreact. And that's fine. I mean, everyone's got different personalities, and that's cool. But don't take your religious views and slap me in the face with them. For instance, don't tell me I'm going to hell because I like to be spanked. Don't tell me that, what I do is an abomination in the eyes of God. How do you know? In my own personal belief system, there's only one person that can, or one being that can judge me. And here's a clue. It's not on FetLife. Okay? So, because I don't fit into your perfect little mold of what a good Christian person is supposed to be, bugger off. I don't care. I also don't care if people I'm playing with are the same religion as I am. I don't care. If you believe, rock on. Good on you. If you don't, you'll find your path. I mean, don't come at me with whoops, that was almost bad. Don't come at me with pitchforks and torches throwing a Bible at me. I've read it cover to cover a couple of times. And don't try to quote scripture to me. I hate that. Don't tell me, oh, well, in the New Testament it says this, in the Old Testament it says that. Because if you really read it, there are some screwed up things in there. And so, yeah, this totally has nothing to do with BDSM, but sorry. I'm going to go on to the next topic. There's a troll on my vlog. I don't know what his name is. He's made a couple of comments. Don't use my vlog as your personal trolling tool. Okay? You want to troll? Go to FetLife, go to alt.com, there's bondage.com, there's Collar Me, or whatever. There are a ton of alternate lifestyle sites. Go and troll there. Don't troll my viewers, and don't troll me. I'm glad you think I'm pretty, and I'm glad you think I have nice skin. I appreciate that. Always accepting of compliments. But don't think that because you tell me, oh, you're so nice and you're so pretty, that I'm going to fall to my knees and go, oh, take me. Please. I don't think so. So yeah, go troll somewhere else. And if you don't like what I have to say, Like the fact that I don't like people that talk from the bottom because it's wrong. Don't tell me that I'm filthy. That was too much. Anyway, and my last topic is, I've actually gotten a lot of questions about this. Why is it that 9/10 of the submissive women in the scene, if a dom or dame is talking to them, why is the first thing out of their mouth, "Oh, I'm so great in bed"? BDSM, master servant, dominant, submissive, whatever, does not have to revolve around sex. Yes, a lot of people have an expectation of sex because they're looking for a relationship. But there are things called service submissives that like to do things that have absolutely nothing to do with sex. Cook, clean, wash clothes, bathe, your dominant, whatever. And it doesn't have to revolve around sex. It's really kind of sad that that's what being a submissive has gotten boiled down to. There's so much more to being a submissive than just how great you are in the sack. And I think a lot of that has to go back to the studies that were done on why larger women like myself are in the scene, because our self-esteem is in the toilet. And it's not just larger women, it's, you know, women across the board. We all have self-esteem problems, and so do guys. But it's more prevalent in women. And I know from my point of view, having been there, a lot of us think that if we're good in bed, that we'll snag a man, they won't leave us. And if you disagree with me, awesome. Leave me comments, leave me a video reply, whatever. But if you think about it, it makes sense. But we need to have more respect for ourselves. We are all more than the sum of our parts. We're submissives. We're here to serve and to take care of people, but that doesn't mean we spread our legs to every dom or dame that, you know, comes by. Okay, so I've ranted for a really long time, and I'm sorry that I really didn't teach anything right now. I'm going to try to do another one this week. I'm not really sure what it's going to be about, but I'm more than certain that someone will have a reply to this vlog, and I'm sure I'll get flamed, or who knows. Who cares? Anyway, so y'all comment, rate, subscribe, leave me replies, whatever. I'll include my link to my FetLife profile. Friend me on there. I pretty much friend anyone. But don't troll me. I mean, even if I am totally hot. You know, if you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at, right? But don't troll me. I like compliments. Love compliments. But no trolling. And don't try to pick up my other viewers. That's just tacky. Go get your own viewers. Make your own vlog. Alright, y'all. I'll see y'all later on. Mwah. Love y'all. Bye.